This is the tale of two motorcycles that changed people's perception about motorcycles here in India. Two bikes that help people understand that a motorcycle is more than just a mere mode of transport. Two motorcycles who laughed at convention and chose to follow their own path by making the masses experience the sporty performance, the sheer thrill, and the pure intensity that a motorcycle delivers. Now, this is the ultimate comparo that you guys kept requesting for. Bajaj Pulsar 200NS BS6 versus the TVS Apache RTR 200 4V BS6. Welcome to Dinos Vault, and today we compare two rivals who have been battling it out for supremacy all along, and today one shall reign supreme at the end of this comparo. Let's start with the design. The 200NS came with a stunning, powerful and sporty design when first launched back in 2012. Now ever since, the design silhouette has remained the same. It's only been getting paint scheme and body graphic updates, so now in 2020 it kind of feels a little coming of age, though it still looks quite hot in the red and yellow color options. The RTR 200 on the other hand was launched later and was based on the stunning Draken concept, and now with the BS6 update it also gets some more design tweaks. Now I know looks are purely subjective, so it all boils down to which design attracts you the most. For me, this new BS6 RTR 200 gets a more radical and futuristic design, and the black color with red graphics looks really modern and contemporary, underscoring the technological brilliance that lurks underneath. Also, the all-digital speedo console on the RTR 200 is far more comprehensive and beautiful than the part digital, part analog speedo console that the 200NS gets. The readouts on the RTR 200 are packed with information and technology like recording the top speed achieved, the average speed, 0 to 60 timing, lap timer, gear position indicator, a clock, etc. While on the 200NS we don't even get a gear position indicator. I really wish Bajaj update the speedo console on the 200NS with a color TFT console just to raise the bar of expectation in this segment. Then we have a host of features on the RTR 200 BS6 courtesy of the Smart X Connect app, which provides for full race telemetry statistics for the rider to analyze his ride and correct himself in various aspects such that he can extract maximum performance from his mean machine. This includes details like measuring the rider's lean angle using the gyroscopic sensor on the phone, the G-force experienced while braking really hard, the gear shift pattern, and a whole lot more. The clincher, however, is the fact that this Bluetooth-enabled app-based technology called the Smart X Connect also offers turn-by-turn navigation on the dash, which is truly remarkable. We also get call and SMS alerts on the go. Now, another life-saving feature that the RTR 200 offers is the crash alert system. Now, how this works is as soon as the bike senses a crash, the system enters the crash alert mode, and within 120 seconds, it notifies the rider's emergency contacts with the location of the fall and also lists the nearest hospital such that the rider can be rushed there on time. Now, this is as comprehensive as it gets, and kudos to TVS for going the extra mile in ensuring complete rider safety at the end of the day. We also get a dedicated I button on the handlebar to trigger the smart features on the system. Now, on the 200NS, we don't have this kind of technology being made available, so for the modern day rider and the smarter generation of digital India who like to fine-tune their riding skills and perfect the art of racing, TVS have instilled all of their 38 years of racing pedigree and expertise into the RTR 200 4V BS6, which allows the RTR to take a significant lead in this comparo in terms of technology. Next, looking at the equipment on board, both the bikes come truly well equipped to deliver sporty performance and thrilling riding experience. The 200NS gets a perimeter frame which offers superb rigidity and balance, and this coupled with the Nitrox gas-charged rear monoshock and the box section swing arm offer brilliant handling characteristics. The RTR 200 gets a race origin double cradle split synchro stiff chassis which has been engineered using the multi-body dynamics analysis, which increases the vehicle stability by 25% and offers superb riding dynamics. Further aiding this is the KYB monoshock and the box section swing arm that lend the bike amazing handling characteristics. Now, this is what makes this comparo super interesting. You can't differentiate one from another. Both the bikes try to offer the best they can. Both the bikes justify the features they have on offer. It's almost like the Iron Man and Captain America battling it out in Civil War. and it's really tough to pick sides. Talking about the suspension, both the bikes get 37mm telescopic forks up front, but TVS offers KYB or Kayaba suspension. Now KYB is a Japanese giant who manufactures shock absorbers. The legendary Graham Crosby's Daytona winning superbike had Kayaba suspension, so you know that you get quality equipment with the RTR 204V. Now though the front end feel is brilliant on both the bikes, the direction changes happen much more quickly on the RTR because of its streamlined bodywork. Now further aiding this is the meticulously sculpted aggressive tank cowl that is aerodynamically engineered to achieve lesser downforce to offer superb handling at all speeds. The seats are of better quality on the RTR2. We get premium quality foam and there's enough room on offer for the rider to quickly move around and change positions while tackling back-to-back corners. It's not that the Pulsar seat is bad. The 200NS also gets good quality seats, but it is slightly on the harder side and the foam cushioning doesn't feel as good as that of the RTR. Another significant feature of the RTR is the double barrel exhaust. Now I fell in love with the bass heavy exhaust sound when I heard the first gen RTR 200 for the very first time. Now it doesn't change all that much now with the BS6 model. The bike still offers a throaty exhaust note which has been a signature trait of the RTR family. Now here the competition is stiff. The 200NS gets an underbelly exhaust which enhances the mass centralization concept, but surprisingly it sounds amazing after the BS6 update, so much so that it is even better than the BS4 model. I can call it a tie here when it comes to the background score offered by both of these machines. Now one thing that's new with the BS6 RTR 200 is the all new LED headlamp with the LED position lamps. Now I do like the new layout. I feel it is a radical design which will grow on you. Now the LED headlamp is supposed to offer better light spread while consuming lesser battery. The 200NS on the other hand continues to get a halogen setup, and I really wish Bajaj updates the bike with an LED headlamp soon. We then have yet another unique and practically useful feature that TVS have introduced with the RTR 204V BS6 model. It's called GTT or glide through traffic. Now what this does is it gives the bike a slight head start as you release the clutch, just like the crawl feature or creep function that we see in the cars. First of all, you don't have to use the throttle to move ahead, just let go of the clutch and the bike starts gradually crawling ahead. Now this comes in handy in bumper to bumper traffic in offering a fatigue free riding experience. Well, the Pulsar however doesn't get this feature. Now further extending its lead in this comparo, the RTR also gets brand new rubber with the BS6 update. We now get Eurogrip Pro Torque SR radial tires for the RTR 200, whereas the Pulsar 200NS continues to get the MRF zappers, which don't do justice to the kind of explosive performance that the 200NS has on offer. The RTR 200 also gets new redesigned rearview mirrors which offer a better field of view. The 200NS does get decent rearview mirrors as well, but the mirror stock is shorter, so the rider cannot view the mirror with a glance. Now talking about the technology, the RTR also offers a wave bite key which is programmed specifically such that your bike cannot be stolen using a duplicate key. Now the Pulsar doesn't offer such a feature. Now talking about the brakes, this is where the 200NS hits back by offering a massive 300mm pedal disc up front. The RTR 200 also offers pedal discs at both ends, but we get a 270mm front disc on the RTR, but the RTR does get a larger 240mm rear disc as opposed to the 230mm unit on the 200NS. Now here the RTR again scores ahead of the Pulsar because the RTR 200 offers dual channel ABS as standard with RLP or rear wheel lift off protection. The Pulsar 200NS on the other hand offers only single channel ABS, so the ABS is operational only on the front wheel for the Pulsar, whereas for the RTR it is operational both on the front as well as the rear wheel. This means for the Pulsar the rear wheel can still lock up under harsh braking scenarios, whereas we have more safety being offered with the RTR 200 with the dual channel ABS on board. Another standout feature that makes the RTR 200 a complete paisa vasool bike is that it's the only bike in the 200cc class to offer a slipper clutch. Now, slipper clutch acts as a back torque limiting system that prevents the rear wheel from locking or hopping while doing faster downshifts. It also provides for a lighter clutch pull. The Pulsar doesn't get slipper clutch, and though the Pulsar also offers a lighter clutch since the BS4 update, the clutch feel is better on the RTR 200 because of the slipper clutch. Now, talking about the engine, both the bikes get fuel injection now, which means the fueling is precise, and this ensures that precise amount of air fuel mixture enters the combustion chamber. This results in better throttle response, better performance, and better mileage overall. Now, the Pulsar gets liquid cooling, whereas the RTR 200 gets oil cooling. Now, liquid cooling is a more effective way in keeping a check on the engine temperature and preventing it from overheating when the bike is pushed to its limits. Now, talking about pushing the bikes to their limits, both the bikes get 4-valve engines, which means we get 2 inlet valves and 2 outlet valves, which allow the engine to breathe easy even at higher RPMs. Now, this results in a smooth, high revving performance. Both the bikes now get BS6 compliant engines, which means both of them are more environment friendly now. The Pulsar comes powered by a 199.5cc engine that puts out 24.5 PS of max power at 9,750 RPM and 18.5 Newton meters of max torque at 8,000 RPM, and we get a 6-speed gearbox. The RTR 200, on the other hand, comes powered by a 197.75cc engine that puts out 20.5 PS of max power at 8,500 RPM and 16.8 Newton meters of max torque at 7,500 RPM. The RTR gets a 5-speed gearbox. Now, both the bikes offer good initial pickup and superb mid-range surge. You can cruise on both the bikes at around 100 km per hour effortlessly. Now, the Pulsar enjoys an advantage here because it comes with a 6-speed gearbox. It also puts out more power and torque than the RTR, so the Pulsar can achieve a better top speed. But for the layman who's going to use his bike for daily office commutes and go for the occasional weekend ride, both the bikes deliver almost similar kind of performance. Engine heating is well controlled in both of the bikes. High speed stability is great for both. The RTR gets a shorter wheelbase compared to the 200NS, so this results in better flickability and quicker direction changes. The RTR is also 3 kgs lighter, so it enjoys the weight advantage. The suspension is ideally tuned for both the bikes such that you enjoy plush ride quality through the city streets and great stability on the highway straights. The 200NS, however, gets a slightly harder seat, so comfort is better on the RTR 200 because the seat is ideally cushioned. Now, coming to the verdict, the 200NS is for those who do a lot of highway riding. If your daily commute involves more highway riding, then the 200NS is ideal for you. Now, where the RTR really shines is with its versatile character. You can use it within the city. It is lighter and easier to flick around. It is less tiring to ride. It feels rock solid on the highways even while doing triple-digit speeds. The bike can be enjoyed thoroughly at track day events. It comes better equipped with dual channel ABS and slipper clutch. We get a better equipped speedo console, and it gets a host of smart features on board, which truly makes it the ultimate value for money proposition. Now, despite offering so much more, the RTR 200 is still 1,000 rupees cheaper than the 200NS. The RTR 200 4V is priced at rupees 1,27,500 ex-showroom, whereas the Pulsar 200NS is priced at rupees 1,28,531 ex-showroom. So if I were to suggest one bike at the end of this comparo, it has to be the RTR 200 because TVS have earned this by offering so much more. The 200NS is no doubt a monster machine that gives the higher capacity bikes a run for their money in terms of performance, but here it just feels a little left behind because of the several ahead of its class features that the RTR comes packed with now. If only TVS can add in that extra 6th gear that the Apache tribe has been always craving for, then this bike can become kind of a benchmark in this segment. Throughout this entire comparo, you would have noticed how closely matched these two bikes are. Both of them enjoy a huge following among the masses. Both of them continue to challenge their own limits to outperform each other, and there's no denying that these two bikes will always remain as legends in the history of Indian motorcycling. Well, this concludes my comparo video of the RTR 200 4V BS6 versus the Pulsar 200NS BS6. I just hope you found this video useful. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Until then, take care, God bless, and ride safe.